oxalic acid.
Yeah, but what about all the other chemicals, though, that are contained in it?
Wait a minute. I knew you were going to ask that question. Remember what makes up a tumor? You don't. So you already forgot what I told you at the beginning of my talk. Abnormal cells. You have to first prove the chemical creates abnormal cells. I've never heard anybody do that.
We are talking with Colonel Joe Hart today. The book is available at the Power Hour. It is called The Cure is in the Food. The Hart Dietary Procedure Plan, oxalic acid, he calls God's natural chemotherapy. He says, on this diet, you will be in control of your health and any required treatment with orthodox, complementary, and alternative medicines. He says, that is why I call this diet true integrative medicine. We're talking to Colonel Joe Hart today. And again, the book is available at the Power Hour on special. It's only $13. Now, he doesn't charge a lot for the book because he wants you to have it and he wants you to benefit from it. So please get The Cure is in the Food. Call us at 877-817-9829, 877-817-9829, or go to thepowermall.com. All right, we're talking about the abnormal cells that cause cancer and lung cancer. Go ahead, Colonel Hart.
Hey, let me correct one item you mentioned. The price of the book is $14.95.
Well, we have it on special for $13.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that okay?
Oh, absolutely.
We want our people to get it. We just want them to get it. And okay, thank you for saying that.
You betcha. I'm glad to do it. Well, look, I was talking about this oxalic acid and the fact that it's in tobacco. That's why it's impossible for smokers to get cancer, because the oxalic acid is obtained by the smoke going through the lungs. That's where they get the oxalic acid from. And let me give you another one. For those people who smoke marijuana for pain relief, and they really do get pain relief, it's because the marijuana is high in oxalic acid. But if those people will go to one of these coffee and tea stores where they sell, everything in bulk, if they will buy some bulk green tea, the type that's not rolled up into little balls, they will put that green tea in their pipe and smoke it. They'll get the same pain relief they would get by smoking marijuana. So they don't have to risk anymore going to court and jail and paying a lot of money for marijuana.
Well, say that again, because I think people are going to make sure they caught that. That's pretty important.
Okay. I said people who, do whatever they can, even go to jail trying to get marijuana to smoke it for pain relief, can go and buy bulk green tea and put that in their pipe and smoke it. They will get the same pain relief as they do smoking marijuana. The reason being, green tea is, guess what, a weed, just like marijuana is. And they don't do any processing of that tea other than, the normal healthy food things to make sure it's clean and filtered and all the junk's taken out of it. I did inquire about that. They don't add anything to the tea. They don't take anything out, just all the dirt and that kind of stuff. So when you get that bulk green tea, you put that in your pipe that you've been trying to go to jail for marijuana and light it and smoke it, you will get pain relief.
Now, have you tried it before?
Oh, I haven't, but a number of people have. Boy, they're very quick to come back and say, "Oh God, thank you."
I bet they are.
Oh sure, sure. And I've been waiting for a long time for somebody in the law part, the medical part, to charge me with practicing medicine and all because I don't get shots anymore. I refuse to take a vaccination or any of that other junk.
And why is it that you refuse to take a vaccination? What do you base that upon?
I don't need it. I've got my natural vaccination, oxalic acid. You know, one of the best you can do if you have a cold, and it's a quick start for people who have cancer and have tumors. It's a quick start to get the oxalic acid in their blood. You go, and the best place I've found here is Aldi's. They have some of the finest chocolate you can buy because they bring it in from overseas and they make the best in the world. You take that dark chocolate and you break it into squares. And depending on the size of your mouth or, you know, how comfortable you are, you put a couple of squares in your mouth outside of your gum up against your cheeks. Now, where I got that from, maybe a lot of you don't know, they've changed the procedures for people who have angina problems and get the severe pains. They used to put a nitro pill under their tongue.
That's right.
Well, I initially tried to put chocolate under my tongue as a quick way to get oxalic acid into your blood. Well, I couldn't do it. Then one day I read in the paper, guess where the angina victims are now putting their pill? Outside of their gum up against their cheek. I thought, hallelujah. Now that's what I do, and that's why I never have a cold. At all.
Amazing.
I refuse and would. I'd even go to jail for it if I had to.
Are you serious about that? You believe in it that much?
Absolutely. Try it. I have people right now using that. You get a jump start on your tumors. You can get that blood. You got to be careful. You got to watch for a back pain, and it's a specific pain. It isn't down low like most of them are. It's up high in your rib cage. It's your kidneys telling you, hey, you dummy, you're putting too much oxalic acid in the blood. So you have to back off a little bit. Now, there is an emergency procedure I tell people they can follow, and that is to use that procedure I just described, but only every hour and a half. You wait, you do it, you wait an hour and a half, then you do it again. And you keep track with a pencil 24 times. At that point, you have enough oxalic acid in your blood to kill any cancer cells, even in tumors. In fact, your body is a tremendous instrument. It will attack the first tumor or the last tumor developed because it's the weakest, or it will attack the most critical one. Now, there are ways to tell that. For instance, if you have a tumor, say, like a woman has a tumor on the breast, in the breast, the minute and you can check your breast, feel around it lightly now, with not a heavy pressure, but lightly. When you feel heat, that's when you say, hallelujah, because the acid is beginning to kill that tumor in your breast. Your body then automatically elevates temperature to protect you from a secondary bacterial infection like a cold or even a virus. But it's the bacteria that's heating that spot on your breast where the acid is killing the tumor to protect it against bacteria infections. Now, if anybody needs that repeated, please ask me and I'll describe it again.
Well, I think you should. These real important parts, because some people have a radio that fades in and out, and this is really important.
Okay. This is, I'll use the same description. Say a woman has developed a tumor on the breast. When they go on the diet, they will know when the acid, say they use the chocolate routine, and they should do that. Well, every hour and a half, that's where you put the chocolate outside of the gum up against your cheek and just let it dissolve. Don't chew it. Because as it goes into a liquid, then the veins in the cheeks will absorb the oxalic acid in the blood, into the blood. And I'll say, again, it's the same routine that angina victims use now with their nitro pill. They put it in the same place. I've verified that also. Now, as that acid builds up into your blood, you will know when it begins to kill abnormal cells or cancer cells. If you have a tumor on the breast, in the breast, you feel around where that tumor is. The minute you start getting warm, your acid is beginning to kill the cells. Your body then is elevating temperature to protect you against secondary infections of bacteria. Because heat will kill bacteria. Won't kill the acid or the oxalic acid, but it will kill bacteria. Okay?
Now, I think the listeners need to know about your patents that you filed on this very issue. We'll get into the diet in just a second also.
Well,
but you've taken this one step further.
That's right, I have. I've got 3 United States patents. I can give you one number. It'll take me a second here.
Well, I've got the numbers here if you need me to get them.
Do you have the titles?
I do. The oxalic acid or oxalate composition and method of treatment, and that is 6133317. Now, we'll go ahead and put this in our email blast for people so they can get...
Oh, you only have a one? There's 2 more.
Right. I've got the other ones also.
Oh, okay. And what they are, they're for different procedures and different problems that you have, see?
And I like the next one is called oxalic acid or oxalate compositions and methods for vascular disorders, diseases, and cancerous conditions. Right. In which you say this is a magic bullet. You actually say this in the patent, a single medicine, oxalic acid or oxalate compositions or magic bullet. And methods of treatment and prevention of warm-blooded animals. I mean, this is amazing that you got a patent for this.
Oh, yeah, but, nobody wants to pick it up. You know why?
Well, there's probably no money in it.
Oh, do you realize our medical system costs $1 trillion? It's $1 trillion business. What doctor in his right mind would want anybody to pick up those 3 patents and develop them to where you could take care of yourself, like I just described? What doctor wants everybody to know, every woman to know how to get rid of breast tumors?
That's right.
Or anybody get rid of cancer?
Well, because, following a simple diet is not going to make them any money. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely. And think of all the clinics and all the laboratories and, God, and look at the cost of our health system alone in the United States. They're fighting about it now in Washington. And let me tell you, Representative Bozeman and Senator Pryor and the other Senator Lincoln, they've all gotten this information, and they have done absolutely nothing about it. And there's some reasons. Bozeman's a doctor, albeit an eye doctor, but, they treat people who have eye problems.
Well, and I also want to add, real quickly here, this is not just for people. There is included in here on page 86, the cancer diet for cats.
Wait, let me sum the whole thing up for you. It is all for warm-blooded mammals. That's any animal that feeds at the breast of the mother. This is good for. It doesn't matter whether he's got 4 legs, 6 legs, 2 legs, 1 leg, it doesn't matter. Any animal that feeds at the breast of the mother is a warm-blooded mammal. It has this oxalic in its blood. Let me tell you one that really stumped me. I was watching one of these things on TV about whales, and it mentioned in there that the whales are warm-blooded. And I thought, well, now, come on. And then I thought, well, now, maybe there's something to that. Why is there seaweed? Remember, oxalic acid is in all weeds, whether it's in the water